In the past century, nearly 100 ships and aircraft have vanished within the infamous Bermuda Triangle, leaving scientists searching for explanations behind these unnatural disappearances and tragic events. Similar phenomena have been reported around the globe, raising the question, could there be anything more dangerous than the Bermuda Triangle? Could it be the realm of science, natural forces, or something beyond our understanding? What could cause so many vessels and planes to vanish without a trace? Is it all coincidence, or is there something far more sinister lurking below the waves? Today, let's dive deep into the mysteries of the most baffling regions on Earth. Stretching from the Bermuda Islands to Puerto Rico and Florida, the Bermuda Triangle spans an area of roughly 85,000 square kilometers. That's about twice the size of Japan. Within this vast area lies one of the ocean's deepest spots, the Milwaukee Deep. This trench could fit 1.5 Mount Kilimanjaros stacked end to end, which adds a whole other layer of mystery to the triangle's vast, impenetrable depths. It's perhaps no surprise that many of the ships and planes that vanished here were never recovered. This area has been infamous for strange incidents and mysterious disappearances, where the usual rules of science seem not to apply. Let's dive into a few of the Bermuda Triangle's chilling stories to see just how bizarre things can get in this zone. In 1944, the U.S. Navy found an American ship called the Rubicon floating aimlessly near Florida. The strange thing was that there was no one on board, only a dog was left, wandering the decks alone. There was no sign of struggle, no evidence that anyone had left in lifeboats. All personal belongings and provisions were intact, as if everyone had just evaporated. What happened to the crew remains a mystery. Another ship, the Mary Celeste, met a similar fate in 1872. This ship left New York on a voyage to Italy, but it was discovered a year later, floating undamaged and fully stocked. All the food, water, and personal belongings were untouched, but there was no sign of the crew, only a cat, left behind as if the rest of the passengers had simply walked off the edge of the earth. The mysteries extend into the skies above the triangle as well. In December 1945, a squadron of 5 Navy bombers, known as Flight 19, took off on a routine mission over the area. Soon after departure, the pilots radioed base that their instruments were malfunctioning and that they couldn't tell which way was west. The radio crackled with their increasingly desperate calls for help until, finally, all contact was lost. A backup plane was sent to find them, but incredibly, that plane vanished as well. The official Navy report simply stated, they disappeared as if they had flown to Mars. Imagine the horror and helplessness of losing not just one plane, but 6, in the same day, with no explanation and no wreckage ever recovered. In another strange case, a pilot flying from the Bahamas to Florida in 1970 reported encountering what he described as a cylindrical cloud, a massive tunnel that seemed to defy the laws of nature. He had no choice but to fly through it, but as he entered, darkness engulfed the plane, and bright flashes illuminated the tunnel. The pilot's compass began spinning wildly, his electronics failed, and he reported a sensation of weightlessness, as if he were drifting without control. Yet, when he emerged from this bizarre tunnel, he found himself over Miami, somehow reaching his destination in only half the time it should have taken, and with far less fuel consumed than usual. Perhaps the most chilling of all Bermuda Triangle mysteries is that of Pan American Flight 914. This plane took off in 1955 from New York, heading for Miami, with 57 passengers aboard. Somewhere along the way, it disappeared from radar, and it was assumed lost in a crash. Search teams found no wreckage, and eventually, the incident was closed. 37 years later, however, Venezuelan airport radar allegedly picked up a signal from a plane that wasn't on any scheduled flight path. The pilot contacted the control tower and requested permission to land, claiming he was en route to Miami and stating the date as 1955. When he was informed that it was actually 1992, the pilot panicked and took off again without clearance. He vanished from radar, just as mysteriously as he had reappeared. Many scientists have attempted to explain these incidents with various theories. One of the most popular theories involves methane bubbles, which some researchers believe are released from cracks in the seabed. According to this theory, giant methane bubbles rise to the surface and can create a sudden drop in water density, which could theoretically cause ships to lose buoyancy and sink rapidly. If this were to occur beneath a ship, it might pull it down to the ocean floor. Although compelling, this theory doesn't account for the missing airplanes or for ships found floating intact and abandoned, like the Mary Celeste and the Rubicon. Another hypothesis is that powerful low-frequency sounds, called infrasound, might be generated by storm waves in the Bermuda Triangle. Infrasound has been known to induce fear, panic, and even hallucinations in humans, which could theoretically cause crews to abandon ship in a state of terror. This theory might explain why so many ships are found adrift, deserted with everything else intact, yet it doesn't account for the entire spectrum of anomalies in the Bermuda Triangle, such as time distortions experienced by pilots or equipment malfunctions. Meteorologists have also proposed that unusual hexagonal clouds, observed over the Bermuda Triangle in satellite images, may be responsible for some of the strange events. These clouds can create what are known as air bombs. Massive blasts of wind with hurricane-like force that could reach speeds of up to 300 km/h. Such powerful gusts could conceivably capsize a ship or cause an aircraft to lose control. However, more evidence is needed to confirm if these clouds regularly form over the triangle, or if they have a direct link to the mysterious disappearances. Beyond scientific explanations, others lean towards supernatural theories. Some people believe that a magnetic asteroid rests at the center of the Bermuda Triangle, creating a powerful pull on metal objects, which could cause ships and planes to lose control or even sink. Others propose that the Bermuda Triangle is a hotbed of alien activity and that extraterrestrials abduct people from the area to conduct experiments. This theory is used to explain why some ships are found abandoned but with valuable cargo untouched. Remarkably, the Bermuda Triangle isn't the only place on Earth where these strange occurrences are reported. There's another area known as the Devil's Triangle, off Japan's eastern coast, with an equally eerie reputation. Ancient Japanese legends spoke of dragons dwelling in this region and pulling ships beneath the waves. In modern times, ships and planes have gone missing in this region, with several cases echoing the eerie disappearances of the Bermuda Triangle. The two areas even share geographic similarities, both lying at similar latitudes and near some of the ocean's deepest trenches, such as the Mariana Trench in the Devil's Triangle. Another mysterious zone known as the Michigan Triangle exists on Lake Michigan in the United States. This area has seen an unusually high number of disappearances, strange lights, and sightings of underwater structures that continue to baffle researchers. In one famous incident from 1950, Northwest Airlines Flight 2501 vanished without a trace while flying over the Michigan Triangle, with all 58 people aboard presumed lost. And just like in the Bermuda Triangle, locals report seeing mysterious bright lights above the lake, which some believe could be related to extraterrestrial activity. The allure of the Bermuda Triangle isn't just about what we don't know, but about the contradictions within the explanations we do have. Every scientific theory has its gaps, and each supernatural idea lacks solid evidence. In the end, it seems that the Bermuda Triangle sits at the intersection of science and myth. Whether these strange events are the result of natural forces, ancient magnetic forces, or something otherworldly, the Bermuda Triangle continues to hold our collective imagination in a way few other places on Earth can. So, the next time you're flying over the Atlantic or cruising its waters, remember that sometimes, the most compelling mysteries are the ones we can't fully explain. While scientists and theorists may have pieces of the puzzle, the full truth remains out there, hidden somewhere within the ocean's vast and unexplored depths. And until that day when all is revealed, the Bermuda Triangle will remain one of the world's greatest, most enduring mysteries.